Okay, thank you.
Hello, Go Forest. This is JC. Can you hear us? Okay, thank you.
Hello, Chu Hùng. Can you say something to test?
Thank you, Chu Hùng. I can hear you. Thank you.
정옥수님, I can hear you. 네, 들립니다.
We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Thương thính đại đức tặng thinh, vì thứ pháp hội gặp nhật thiết chúng sanh, thính duyên nhiều pháp giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Namo Sananto Suchedo Ye Olahudi San Miao San Puto Xie. Namo Thạc Đắc Tha Tuya Đà La Đế Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jie wan jie nan zao yi wo jin jie wen de shou qi 愿解如来真实义. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master, 6th Patriarch, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good advisors of Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、六祖、师父、上人、各位出家人、各位善知识、弥陀佛。 Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa lục tổ Hòa thượng Tinh Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone. Today is January something. (13th) 2024. Thank you all for coming and joining our discussion of the last chapter that we'll be discussing here of the 6th Patriarch Sutra. He's one of my biggest idols. I love him. It's such a pleasure to be able to spend time with you on this. And this is the second time we're discussing this, and it's quite different from the first time because we're doing a lot more going into greater details. The teachings are very simple, and yet they're very, very profound. It's so beautiful how people of great wisdom are able to convey in the most profound teaching, the most useful things for us in very simple, simple words that anyone can understand. All right, we're on slide 120. Maybe we have another 80 slides to go. So let's enjoy it among ourselves while we still can. Sutta text. Good knowing advisors, now that you have taken refuge with the triple jewel, you should listen carefully while I explain to you the three bodies of a single substance, the self-nature of the Buddha.
善知识即皈依，自三宝境，各个至心，无语说一体三身自佛性，自性佛。
Okay. Commentary 121. So, just for your reference, before the great teacher said, I will teach you about the three refuges, the meaning of three refuges. He's the first one who would explain the very fundamental Buddhist thing called taking refuge, or triple jewel, in a very, very unique and distinct way. And now he says, I've taught you how to take a refuge. Now listen carefully, there's more. I will explain to you the three bodies of a single substance, the self-nature of the Buddha. Okay, now notice. All of a sudden he jumped into this concept of substance. This is so Buddhist. Only the Buddhists talk about substance. Substance in the worldly sense, what does it mean? Anyone? Oh, we don't have a lot of pale-faced people here. Let's refer to pale-faced people or people who are knowledgeable about the English language. I'm referring to our resident paleface in Wei Mountain Temple. What does substance in the English language? What does it refer to? I'm ambushed him.
Thank you, Master. Substance in the English language on its own can mean the basis for something or the nature of something.
Excuse me. This is when Great Beard next to you looks up on the internet and passes the phone to you. It's called teamwork. Okay, we're all in this together. It's not trying to show off or anything. It's about, discussing and learning from each other. Okay, G.I. Joe, look at him. Oh my God, he looked like a great sage from Asia. So act like a sage. Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you, Master. Magically, G.I. Joe passed me his cell phone while we were all looking at him, and it says in the dictionary, substance can mean a particular kind of matter with uniform properties.
All right, so let's put it in layman's terms. What does it mean? It means, for example,
I would say in layman's terms, substance means stuff.
How profound. Thank you. Okay? And furthermore?
And furthermore, in Buddhism, it would mean Buddhism stuff.
Thank you for the insight. Yes, 5. Okay, we going to the Chinese now? Or this is so fantastic. It's so multicultural.
Teamwork here. The number 2 entry of that dictionary says the real physical matter of which a person or thing consists and which has a tangible, solid presence. So I think the key word here is the real matter.
The real matter. Okay, very good. Whatever the real matter is, it's a real matter. Okay, very good. Okay, we're defining a new word with newer words. Yes, more words. Yeah, yes, and of course we're going to have our Chat GPT expert soon.
Emitofuo Master, in substance in Chat GPT means the core, the most important part of something is the essence or the significant part. Yeah.
Okay, significant part. What about the other Chat GPT person? Same thing? Yeah. Chat GPT has many answers. Okay.
Okay, so ChatGPT says its essential nature or significance or importance. That's the meaning of substance.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes, so Wei Mountain. Very good. Mm-hmm. We're getting somewhere. Mm-hmm.
Master, my pale-faced husband used to tell me about this substance. When I cook for him a lot of vegetable and soup with, like cooked soup with a lot of liquid, he looks at it and he says, I need some substance.
Okay. So what does it mean to you? Is that,
I think he needs something more giving him energy, like
substantial.
more, something he could chew on it instead of like drinking and just, come out right away from the body.
Yeah, okay, so pale-faced. Okay, anyone else? Yeah? Okay, so what about in English we have an expression, a person of substance? What does it mean? Yes, sir. Coming from the land of Mexico. Give Daniel a microphone, please. You have no more microphone?
Thank you. There's their definition in Google. The definition can imply to like the quality of evidence. When referring to like a person, the quality of being dependable or stable.
Dependable, stable. Okay, very good. Wei Mountain Temple. See, all these are different aspects of this thing, this term called substance. It's interesting. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. In the parlance of our times, a person of substance would have character and knowledge, possibly wisdom or a background from social status, etc.
Okay, you are avoiding the one term. Okay, anyone else? Okay, there's one term you all have not brought up is importance. It's important. When people talk about substance, it's integral, it is important part of this thing. Yes? It's very important. That's essential. Okay? And so Buddhism goes a step further. Because we all understand in the English language when we use the word substance, it's very important, very primordial, very essential, it's quintessential, it's important, it's significant, all those things. Yes? Buddhism here talk about substance. It is the true intrinsic, your real you, your real makeup that the worldly people have no clues about. So that's why in Buddhism we use the word substance, because it's not something that worldly people can possibly understand. Only you or people who have wisdom would be able to understand it. So when you talk about substance,性, or the nature, okay, T, it's nature. T here is translated as substance. So it's talking about something that is quintessential you, that worldly people fail to understand. Okay? So in Buddhism, this is a new concept for us. It is something that you inherently possess, but you don't know. You cannot put your hands on it because of your confusion. You have the substance, but you can't describe it. You can't access it, let's say. Something very important, but you can't really connect with it. And you will be able to. Okay? So all the instruction from Master Huineng is to help you eventually see your substance, become aware. It first makes us aware of the substance, which is way a little bit beyond what happened to Shen Yun. Okay? It's a little bit beyond Shen Yun. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's inside. It is something that is your makeup. It's so important. Okay? And the reason that you can't see it yet is because of your confusion, of your many attachments that prevent you from seeing it. It's so Buddhist. The Buddhists say, your substance is always there. You just don't know how to connect with it, to wield it, to utilize it. Only in Buddhism you have this kind of concept, that your substance is wonderful. And yet, you neglect it, and yet you fail to connect with it. Yes, Wei Mao.
Master, if I may ask, what's the difference between substance versus Buddha nature?
The Buddha nature and substance are different aspects of the same thing. Okay? See, it says here, the three bodies are a single substance. This single substance is actually the self-nature of the Buddha or your Buddha nature. Okay? All right, 122. So that you may clearly see the three bodies and become enlightened to yourself, your own self-nature.
令汝等见三身了然，自悟自性。
Okay, so also here is also very Buddhist as well. When the Buddhists talk about it, okay, talk about things that we don't know, it's about, he says, I tell you about this, and it's a test. People of the world says, you're speaking nonsense. You're not qualified to this. Do we have a PhD in Buddhology for you? You're not an authority in Buddhism. Therefore, I believe the guy who has the diploma hung on the wall there, PhD from some sort of prestigious institution, recognize experts of Buddhology versus you who have nothing, okay? Who have no certification. So that's why it's a test. If you believe it, go over there. No one is forcing you. But if you don't believe, go somewhere else and find your own answers. But here, if he says, if you believe me, this is the attitude. I tell you about the substance, your true substance, your true makeup. This is who you really are. It's more than just blood and flesh and blood, and all the things that are physical. Your substance is way deeper than that, way much more wonderful than that. If you believe that, then I will show you how to connect with your substance. So therein lies, folks, especially monks and nuns, pay attention to this. We say things, we make statements, we give the Dharma, we explain the Dharma, but it's a test. If they don't believe, then we back off. That's all. We're not trying to sell anything. All right? So this is very, very, very Buddhist. He says, if you really are interested in finding out about this, I show you. I say these things in order to help you realize it, to help you take advantage of it. Very much like when the Buddha first talked about suffering, he says, I'm going to tell you 4 noble truths. First truth is suffering. And now when you talk about it, worldly people say, hey, I'm rich, I'm powerful, I'm successful. What are you talking about? It's not for them, you see? Okay? And so as a teacher, you cannot be attached to your knowledge. Same thing for as parents. You cannot be attached to what you tell your children. It's a probe. See that? It's like when you do kung fu or boxing. This is a probe. It's a fake. But the real deal is here. Okay, I'm violent. Okay, I'm sorry. All right? So you will. I'm telling you about this, and you buy into it. If you are patient, I'll show you. I teach you how to become enlightened to your own self-nature. Okay? And you understand about your own substance. 124. Repeat after me. I take refuge in the clear, pure Dharma body of the Buddha within my own form body.
总随我道，于自色身，皈依清净法身佛。
Okay, just backtracking a little bit for your reference. When the Buddhists talk about 3 refuges, is to take refuge with the Buddha, number 1, the Dharma, number 2, and then number 3, the Sangha. That's why it's called 3 refuges. Refuge of the Buddha 1, Dharma 2, Sangha 3. Okay, those are the 3 things you can depend on and return to and rely upon. Okay, and take advantage of. And now he explains more and more about why we Buddhists teach you about 3 refuges. Okay, it's for your own good. It's not for us. Okay. So he says, his first 3, he talk about taking refuge to the Buddha, okay? Then he says, when I take refuge to the Buddha, actually I'm taking refuge to the clear, pure body of the Buddha within my own form body. Meaning that, first important concept, he says, the form body we all have, you all have, we all have, okay? Okay, within it, there's something called the clear, pure Dharma body of the Buddha. All right, and so then what is it? He'll elaborate on the Dharma body, but I did some research on the Chinese text, scriptures, and the dictionaries about the pure Dharma body. Because you are being introduced to the 3 concepts here, Mahayana concepts. Okay, the world of Mahayana, if you will. Okay, there's a world in this world here where the Buddha actually has three bodies. The first one is Dharma body. The Dharma body is depending on the Hinayana or Mahayana practitioners. But basically, for us Mahayana practitioners, we say that it's different names here that I'd like you to be exposed to. The Dharma body is also called Dharma Buddha, Nomenon Buddha, okay, or the Buddha principles, all the theories, okay, all the Buddhist theories is the Dharma body Buddha. All the Buddhist teachings in the universe. We're not talking about Tripitaka here from a Chinese. We're talking about all the Buddhist teachings in every single galaxy in the universe. Okay, all the teachings contained there. Each world, okay, has certain types of Buddhist teaching, certain angles of the Buddhist teaching. So these countless galaxies in the universe, infinite galaxies in the universe, each one was created by a certain aspect of the Buddha teachings, okay, or the Buddha Dharma, okay. So each world has different characteristics of it. You take the union of all those, that is a Dharma body. Is that clear? It's how humongous it is. It's mind-blowing. It's a lot more than you think, okay? It's also called self-nature body. It's also called Dharma nature body. Also called thus Buddha. It's also called actual Buddha or real Buddha, and also called primary body. So this is the primary body of the Buddha. Okay, all of the different aspects. Okay, you see how it opens you to this perspective. It's broader than you think. Okay, it's infinite. This Dharma body is infinite. Okay. And what's another characteristics? It is no outflows, no afflictions whatsoever. Okay, zero afflictions. You can never afflict the Buddha, never ever. Okay, unconditioned. Unconditioned here, Wu Wei, means that it is totally unconditioned, independent. It doesn't depend on anything for its existence. Okay? It stands by itself, doesn't need anything to prop it up. Here's a concept that you need to be aware of. The world as you know it, the Buddhists call it dual world. Dual world means that there's always a pair. Remember Noah's Ark? They stole it from us. The concept of Noah's Ark is actually a concept of duality. What duality are we talking about? You're talking about you take two pigs and you save only two pigs, one male, one female. Put it on the ark. That's duality, because otherwise the pigs cannot exist without male and female. The male pig by itself cannot exist. That's duality. Duality is one is propped up by the other. Vice versa. It's propped up by this. See that? So in Chinese it's ren and ru. Ren, ru, ren, ru. I'm kidding. I'm making fun of you Chinese people. Okay? You see that? So duality is that everything in our physical world is dual. Our world is dual because it needs something else to support it. Love cannot exist without hate. gains cannot exist without losses. Have you thought about it? You make money on the stock market, someone is losing money in the stock market. Yeah? And so, that's how we are in balance. Goodness cannot exist without evil. Therefore, it's wrong for us, for example, once you understand it's wrong for us to say you're evil, therefore you deserve to be killed. You feel lucky today, punk? Never mind. Okay? So, you see, that's Buddhist wisdom. People don't realize it. They say, okay, it's the world as we see it is dual. It's always in balance because of two opposing forces. This is balance. That's why it's dual. So far, so good. However, the Dharma body of Buddha is not dual. It exists by itself. You could say your substance is non-dual. Your body, your flesh body, your world right now is dual, but your wisdom world, okay, your thinking, your material world, your thinking mind, okay, is dual. But your true mind, your true nature is non-dual, it's unconditioned. Is that clear? That's all. You don't need to understand. I just want you to be exposed to this Mahayana concept. That's all. It's more than you just think. If you only depend on your thinking mind, you're still in a dual world. You cannot get to this unconditioned world until you let go of your attachment, your reliance on your thinking mind. In other words, let me put this bluntly for you. If you insist on understanding, you're still in a dual world. You insist to stay in duality. And don't worry. The Wu Wei, the unconditioned world, contains the dual world. So you're not losing anything. It's still there. It's only because you insist on understanding and analyzing and calculating. That's why you cannot access your unconditioned world. That's all. Yes, sir. Professor Wan.
Is the same the Dharma body like the treasury of the Dascom one?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
All those. The many aspects, many angles on how to look at it. Okay. Don't worry. There are a lot of words. I'm exposing you to one word, one concept at a time. Eventually, you see the big picture. All right. All right. So it's no outflows, meaning no suffering whatsoever. Unconditioned, okay, meaning it's non-dual anymore. Okay. 无生无灭, not produced, not destroyed, not extinguished. It's always there. No more birth and death. It's permanent. It's forever. Okay? That's the Dharma body of the Buddha. And we get more details a bit later. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Master, the duality also applies to the Pure Lands?
Yes. Pure Land is still dual. And don't worry, Buddhist teachings is designed to help you to go from duality to non-duality. You cannot get the non-duality without duality, without going through duality. So don't go back and cut off your fingers, say, okay, my fingers are dual, I don't want them. Ouch. That's extreme. Okay? So far, so good? It's a different aspects of the truth of your life, of your wisdom life, that no one ever taught you before, until the Buddha came to our world. Okay? 126. I take refuge with the complete and perfect reward body of the Buddha within my own body.
于自色身皈依圆满报身佛。
Also, within your own flesh body, there is something called the reward body of your Buddha. Okay? Meaning this is part of you. This is your treasury. All right? It's not just for the rich, it's also for the poor. Not just for the smart, also for the stupid. Not just for adults, for children as well. Okay? So what's this reward body? It's the second body. First body is Dharma body, which is the entire universe. Is that clear? It's the entire universe is the body of the Buddha, simply put. This next body here that Buddha also has is the reward body. And the Chinese text here says, basically, the reward body is the body now that Buddha has his entire body universe. Okay, it's very big, so we can't see it. How can you see here from to another galaxy, even another continent? We can't even see it, right? So therefore, Buddha says, I will use another body for you to connect with me. Okay, that's called Shou Yung, meaning this is for him, for his work. Okay, what kind of work? This very special body, by the way, the body that you have heard of, many of you have heard of, Amitabha Buddha, is a reward body. Medicine Master Buddha is a reward body. Okay? There's two Buddhas here behind me. Medicine Master, Medicine Master, Amitabha. Yeah, thank you, Lord. Okay. All right? So, this is what the Chinese Buddhism, Mahayana, the wisdom is sharing with us. These concepts of Amitabha Buddha, who are right now the teaching host in the Western Bliss Pure Land, where it's probably the best place in the universe for us, for all of us here in Saha world, to go after we're done here. Okay? So you go there, and there's this body, this Buddha here called Amitabha Buddha. He's actually a reward body. He's humongous. He's huge. I saw someone once told me that a lot of people told me, they said, I saw the Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, but I only saw like his toes or his arm. I cannot see the rest. It's huge. Okay? It's designed, this body here, is for a purpose. The primary purpose is to teach high-level bodhisattvas. They are the hardest people to teach. Very hard to impress. Okay? So this reward body here is a result of how does this come about? It come about, this reward body here was produced by countless vows and practices, the results of countless vows and practices. For example, Master YongHua made a vow to save all the people heard of him, of his name, or saw his image. Okay? So that's a great vow. It's countless people. So as long as there's a photo of him somewhere here, I think. No? Not in Gold Forest? This side? Okay, it's hidden somewhere. Yeah. So we're talking about each bodhisattva, they made countless vows to save countless living beings. When those vows and those practices, just don't make vow. You also have to carry them out, accomplish those vows. When those vows are accomplished, that's the result. The result is the reward body. That's why it's humongous. All right? And is it for real? Is this reward body for real? It is said that the bodhisattvas who have achieved, accomplished their practices of the 10 ground will be able to see it. So the 10 ground and above can see it. Meaning what? There are plenty of people who can see this reward body. Buddha, it's just not us. That's all. Be more humble. You're not that important. Okay? So this reward body here is designed to save and teach high-level bodhisattvas, mahasattvas. Because they are that hard to teach, because they are that important. In Buddhism, they're so important. The Buddhas have to create something called a reward body to take care of them. Isn't that cool? It's not for us. Next body. I take refuge with 100,000 myriad transformation bodies of the Buddha within my own form body.
于自色身皈依千百亿化身佛。
129 commentary slide. Okay, now we back to Mother Earth, Mother Nature. Okay, now the Buddha, in order to teach living beings, we cannot connect with his Dharma body, we cannot see his reward body. So the Buddha says, I will have use of the myriad transformation bodies of the Buddha within my own form body. So we have that. Those myriad transformation bodies, okay? This is Shakyamuni Buddha, by the way. He came to our world, manifested himself as a crown prince with dark skin, pretty tall, I'm told, okay, and so forth. So it's a human form body, or whatever form, myriad types of form that they manifest in order to teach us, all living beings. Okay? We're talking about countless shapes and forms that Buddhists manifest, and that's why they're called myriad transformation bodies. Believe it or not. Ripley believes it or not. You don't watch that movie in that thing in Spain? You don't know Ripley's Believe It or Not? Never mind. Okay? And in our world, Shakyamuni Buddha has 32 hallmarks and 80 subtle characteristics. All those are the manifestations of his merit and virtue in our world. He came to our world. He did a lot of meritorious and virtuous deeds. That's why when he manifests himself as Shakyamuni Buddha, they have these 32 hallmarks, okay, and 80 subtle characteristics of great man. 大人的相, okay, in Chinese, meaning that đại tướng, đại nhân tướng, okay, in Vietnamese. I don't know what Korean is. Okay, and it's very clear. For example, the Buddha, according one of the hallmark is that the arms are so long that they go beyond the knees, like a monkey. And that's a great man mark. You know, cool? And it's supposed to be superior man, the mark of a superior man. So when you see, have you seen anyone with such long arms? I haven't, except for when I was at the zoo. It's kind of interesting, And then in his hand here he has the Dharma wheel, you know, the Dharma wheel, that's the symbol of Buddhism, okay, tattooed here. Tattooed. It's so cool. So there are 32 hallmarks, and that's a long list of it. All right. So that's transformation bodies are the bodies that the Buddhas use to connect with living beings, to help them. So the concept here, in order to help people, you have to talk to them. You have to get close to them. All right? 130. Good knowing advisors. The form body is an inn. It cannot be returned to. The three bodies of the Buddha exist within the self-nature of worldly people.
善知识，色身是舍宅，不可言归。相者三身佛，在自性中，世人总有。
Of interest to all of us is that when Buddhas introduce, or wise people introduce, a complex or complicated concept or abstract concept, what do? They use analogies. That's what sages excel at doing. They use analogies to help us understand very difficult concepts, too abstract a concept. Okay? And Buddhas excel at the use of analogies. And keep that in mind when we want to teach people. It's very important to learn to use analogies to help them connect with it. Okay? That's wisdom. Keep that in mind. All right? The form body, meaning that our physical body, form here is a Buddhist jargon. Form has shape, has substance, solidity, has a form. Okay? Has a shape, it has solidity. That's sa. Sa has two characteristics. One is a shape. Number two, it has a feel of solidity, like this. It's not something that you need to have a feel that is solid. All right. So the form body. So that's the nature of our body. It has a shape, okay, pear shape, and so forth, and it has solidity. Okay, is an inn. 舍宅. So in here, actually 舍宅, I don't know why they use the word in, but 舍宅 to me is a house. Okay, It's a house. It cannot be yin gui. And I read this tonight and I said, why do the Chinese, is it old Chinese or what, new Chinese or what? What do you say yin gui? Wei is to go back to, go home. Okay, very simple. Gui is go home. It's not the same as wei yi. No, wei here is to go home. Okay, but why the word yin? I don't understand yin. You cannot say. Is that you cannot say? Old Chinese use or what? I don't understand why this word yin here. Yin, Chinese means for word or to say in Chinese. You cannot say, can be returned to. Yeah? That's the only thing you can think of. Yeah, when the Chinese speaking, Taiwanese speaking, nodding their heads. Yeah, okay. So he says, the form body is just a house or an inn, meaning it's a temporary place for you. Even your house is only temporary. Okay? When the interest rate gets better, you should move. And now it doesn't look like this year is going to happen either. Yeah? Huh? Okay. So it says the form body here, what does it mean cannot be returned to? You can't say you can return to your body. Meaning what? This is so Chinese. It says that when you move, you cannot go back. He's referring to death. When you die, you leave this body, yeah? And your loved one cry and then they burn you up or bury you up, so you can't go back to it. Bluntly put, no matter how much I love you, Mama, they still have to bury you. Okay? It cannot be returned to. Meaning that once you leave this body, you cannot come back to it. Okay? So this body is totally temporary. You cannot attach to this body. Have fun with it, do things with it, but don't be attached to it. Okay? An inn. Hello. Hey. See, talking about the body is an inn. Perfect timing. Huh? So, after we die, hello. My goodness. Master 6th Patriarch has tremendous wisdom. Wisdom is that you only say it when it's time to say it. Okay? And so he says, this body here, after you die, you have to move on. You cannot count on it forever. And we all know that we will eventually have to leave our bodies. Okay? So even though this body of ours is temporary, but actually the three bodies that the Buddha are within this temporary body. The three bodies are Dharma body, reward body, transformation body. They're all inside of our form body. So that's why we're important. You are important. Okay? Oh. 向着. Again, another thing here I read here, I didn't understand old Chinese. 向着, what does it mean? Those? regarding as two, maybe? No? I think we are getting too detailed. I'm just curious because after this, we won't have to worry about Master Huineng's thinking or wording anymore. 132. But because they are confused, they do not see the inner nature and so seek outside of the three bodies of the Tathagata. They do not see that the three bodies of the Buddha are within their own bodies.
为自心迷，不见内性，外密三身如来，不见自身中有三身佛。
133. Because ordinary people are confused, they don't have real wisdom, they cannot see, they cannot, not just do not, cannot see the nature, their nature inside. Okay? They fail to see their own nature inside of themselves. They only see, what the mirror tells them, what other people tells them, their reflection. They cannot see inside their nature inside. We cannot see. Why not? Because of our confusion up here. Yes, you too.
Thank you, Master. We have a YouTube question from Snow Wu on a slightly different, possibly connected topic. And I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Snow and every other member of our YouTube audience for joining us this evening. Thank you so much, and consider liking and subscribing if this Dharma talk is helpful to you. Snow asks, "Hello, Master. 2 days ago, you talked about how to make decisions with contemplation. I found the teaching is very helpful. I am curious about how does this work? Does my Buddha nature help me to make decisions still based on worldly human logic? By contemplating, I can see cause and effect more clearly, and I can filter out noises? Or does my Buddha nature go beyond time and space, seeing things from Buddha's angle, maybe from higher dimensions?"
Maybe it does see in higher dimensions, but I don't understand it. I'm only teaching you the low levels where your Buddha nature, when you go through, the trick I taught you, I shared with you, which I use more often than not, you'll be able to rely on your inner nature, your inner wisdom to solve your problems better. Whether it's picking stocks, whether it's getting married, whether it's making a major investments, whether it's firing someone. Firing someone is a very, very dramatic thing, okay? The first person I fired, I suffered for 2 weeks. It's a secretary. Never fired anyone before, okay? She was hired by my boss's wife. Anyway, so you see, so important decision in your life, okay? You're better off learning to make such decisions that not only will affect your life in a great way, but also many people. You should learn to use your inherent inner wisdom. And there's a process that you can learn to utilize it, and as you improve, it gets better and better. Your judgment gets sharper and sharper, much more useful. Okay? It's for everyone, not just me. So that's why as you improve, your corresponding ability to solve problems gets better, gets more accurate, more meaningful. This is why these bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, are able to save more people and do more for the world, because they enhance their wisdoms so that they can do more. And they have to go through that process themselves. All right? Okay, so the word is insight. Ne is that Buddhism, we're teaching you to learn to look inside and learn to wield your inner wisdom. When you go to schools, universities, you learn to use your intellect, your thinking mind, your analytical mind, your calculating mind. That's fine. But you are not taught. No one teaches you how to use the other mind, your true mind, to function as well. So the trick I taught them 2 nights ago is to learn to use both your analytical mind and your thinking mind and your wisdom mind. When merged together, you make much better decisions. And everyone should do that. Buddhists and non-Buddhists alike. It's a process that anyone can go through and do it and activate it. All right? So they fail, they neglect their inner nature, their Buddha nature, their wisdom life, their inherent treasury, and they go outside seeking for things such as the 3 bodies of the Tathagata. Okay? This is what confused people do. They're confused. That's why they're constantly looking outside. You remember, I taught you 2 days ago, the trick is to go back inside. That's when you see clearer. If you stay here, in the thinking mind alone, in the analytical mind alone, in your logic alone, your smart alone, your intellect alone, you can only see the outside, which is very limited. You cannot see behind you, can you? I can't. You see that? So your intellect, your sensory organs, okay, have limitations. And that's why you need to use this and combine it with your wisdom so that you can see better. And it's not something, it's something that naturally happens when you practice chant. I assure you, it's not that it only occurs when you cross your legs and when you meditate. What happened? There's a tick tock here constantly. Is there like a clock somewhere? A Seiko clock? Huh? That big round thing? The small monk? Another thing? When you meditate, you don't want to have, disturbances like that which are not necessary. Okay? Or when you're speaking Dharma. Okay? I'm confused, that's why. I'm confused. What is this noise, this ticking noise? Where were we again? I got confused. I got lost. Yeah, give it to Dewey. Where were we? I forgot. See, no one was listening. Okay, and so you need to learn to take advantage of both. We're not saying you confuse because you depend solely on your thinking mind. Okay? And you need to learn to work with your confusion by drawing upon your mind of wisdom. And everyone can do it. And I was talking about this. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, so in Buddhism, for our people, okay, we know that, and that's why we teach them Chan. Chan is the primary form of training for us so that we teach our people how to use that wisdom life, their wisdom. Okay? And it happens naturally when you go through that training, you cross your legs, you're learning to connect with your wisdom. That happens naturally. You don't need to, what is that wisdom thing? It happens naturally. Okay, so you develop the skills, go back and connect with your wisdom, and when you in that state, a trance state or whatever, okay, you see differently, you understand differently. So far, so good. So it's called training, systematic training in Buddhism. And which in Chan, we have, I would say, in a most humble way, the best technology for training. How to use your mind of wisdom. Okay? And that came compliments from Master YongHua. All right? But it doesn't stop there. It's own training. You come on the weekend, you practice Chan, so you are actually honing that skills on how to activate your wisdom. All right? And also something happens naturally, I didn't understand it before, okay, is that once you go back to your life, your daily life, we encourage you again to sit for an hour to very much like you work out. Make sure that if you don't, if you don't work out, you will lose your muscle mass. Yes? Regularly, you need to work out. Yes? You will lose your endurance, okay? And so forth. And so therefore, every day, you want to hone to maintain that edge you have over ordinary people. That skill right there that you develop, you need to maintain it. And that's maintenance. All right? And when you do that daily, when you walk, when you go to work, when you are faced with a life-threatening situation, you naturally activate your wisdom, your mind of wisdom, naturally. That's why you who practice Chan and follow the regimen, that regimen of practice, you are superior people. Totally unimpressed. You say, yeah, I know. You know there's a donation box there. Listen to my words, for it can cause you to see the three bodies, your own self-nature within your own body. The three bodies of the Buddha arise from your own self-nature and are not obtained from outside.
汝等听说，令汝等于自身中 见自性有三身佛，此三身佛从自性生，不从外得。
Commentary slide 135. Yes, 5.
Thank you, Master. Just have a comment on what you explained about this model of marrying thinking, analytic mind with the inner wisdom. I think that's a really good pitch for Chan in Silicon Valley or for our next generation's education, because I see the thinking, analytic mind being really rapidly enhanced by AI, and which cause people a lot of anxiety. But then this also means there's like even more importance and more leverage power to develop the other part of the wisdom part. Then that's the training that's more important for, I don't know, 22nd, like what's it,
Yeah.
22nd century? Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Excellent point. AI still needs more information. The AI doesn't stop. AI is evolving, and we need to feed AI with more information. With what? With our wisdom. So AI can never replace us. Never. You develop your wisdom, you help AI. All right? But it's a very good point. And I understand that. I'm aware of it. I'm well aware of it, that Silicon Valley is one of important center for our economy. Not just California, but for the United States and the world. Okay? And we need, this is important because this is where you find talents, talented people. We have centers where we train people, okay? And we draw people here, the elite here. And therefore, what Mahayana, what we've been doing in Silicon Valley since the last 3 years, we've been up here, is it 3 or 5? 3 years, right, at Go Forest. I've always had that in mind already. It's not talk. I only shared with you 2 nights ago how to use your non-thinking mind, your true mind. Because there's so many of you now who have been practicing Chan everywhere. Costco, city of, San Jose? Santa Clara Hospital, and so forth. There's so many of you who are practicing Chan already. I'm simply teaching you, reminding you, and you're able to do that yourself already, naturally. Okay? So we've been training people already. There's nothing new to us. We simply are quietly, all of you are able to do that. You know, back then in China, the Chinese emperors had tremendous wisdom. They said, I will bring Mahayana to my kingdom, to my empire, because it's important for us. That's a wisdom back then. And back then, a lot of monks, highest level Sanghas, were advisors to the emperors themselves. Many emperors. Those are low level Dharma masters who deem important enough to advise the emperor, to help the empire. This is why during certain periods in the history of China, the empire flourished because of such wisdom built in. I'm simply verbalizing it for you. They train Chan, but we now are playing catch up. Okay, I'm explicitly explaining things for you to reveal to you the superior nature, the integral nature of Chan in daily lives. For all of us, not just me, but you and everyone else. Chan enables you to contribute in your own way, using your own wisdom, in your own world, in your own neighborhood. It's how important it is. It's not about we need to train engineers. Yes, I train engineers. I have plenty of good engineers already, but we also training everyone. And I predict in the future there will be people like you, maybe in a few more generations, who learned Chan and became, have their own startups and became successful. And they came back and said, wow, I've been using Chan in my entire career. Okay? Let me pay back. And make Chan more visible, more available to more people. We're patient. Results, we need results. We cannot speak about it. When I spoke, I gave you instructions because you are able to do it now. Before, very few could. Okay? Listen to my words. He's talking about, he's addressing his own disciples. There were about 3,000, primarily monks and nuns, who were studying with him. So there is this close relationship of masters and disciples. And he still found it important to say, listen to my words. What I'm going to tell you next is very important. Okay? If you listen to me, by the way, this is what is called sudden teaching. You have to be there. You have to open your mouth. You have to talk to them. Okay? When you listen to my words, it can cause you to see the three bodies, your own self-nature within your body. Okay? You can't see it because you really don't believe him yet. The three bodies of Buddha arise from your own self-nature and not obtained from outside. So his conclusion is, believe me. Period. Okay? It's all inside of you, your own form body right there. Is replete with the three bodies of the Buddha. 136. What is the clear, pure Dharma body, Buddha? The worldly person's nature is basically clear and pure, and the 10,000 dharmas are produced from it.
何名清净法身佛？是人性本清净，万法从自性生。
137, commentary slide. So now he clarifies a little bit and gives it more insight into this Dharma body, Buddha. Okay? He says, your nature, all of us, your nature, Buddhists and non-Buddhists alike, is basically clear and pure. And the 10,000 dharmas are produced from it. This is his wisdom. He says, from my vantage point, all of you, your nature is basically clear and pure, 清净, pure, free from defilements. That's why when you fast, you vomit. So that you get rid of the impurities. You see, it cannot coexist with you. It's only there temporarily. Got that? It's perfectly okay. You see? Best of both worlds. YouTube question.
Thank you, Master. We have a YouTube question from Chloe L. A slightly different topic, but related. Chloe L. asks, "Hi, Master. What are the effects or consequences of the body being cremated after a person dies and before they go anywhere? Will they feel pain and go to hell, or they can't go to the Pure Land?"
No, there's no problem there with cremation. We're talking about cremation not being as thrown alive into a live flame, right? It's a difference here. Cremation is like a formal thing where you actually go wait for a while, and then you build this thing here, beautiful thing here. We call everyone together, and we say, and so forth, and then you burn it. It's a big deal. Okay, cremation, or at least you go to the crematory, and you invite the monks and nuns who recites, some sutras and so forth. So it's a formal process. We're not talking about death by fire. Is it clear? It's different. I'm answering that question, not the death by fire question. You have no problems. You won't suffer. You won't have to worry about. You won't go to the hells. All right? Have no fear. Cremation is pretty safe. Okay, and rather Mother Nature friendly. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Master, well, thank you. Today is my 9-day fasting. It's my last day.
You made it, huh? Wow. Yeah. You look good.
Thank
Would
you.
you like to continue?
Well, I had the incident with my eye.
Yeah. Your eye now back to normal. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Did you see? Someone showed her that photo of her eyes a few days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at her eyes now. They look like normal to me.
Yeah, actually 2 hours.
This whole
I went back.
Scary. Yeah.
I continue. I know you suggested to go to doctor because I was saying that it was fire. It was really bad. Mm-hmm. But also it was suggested to continue with the compassion, repentance, Dharma, and I basically just accepted the pain, and then a few seconds after went away. And
you didn't go see a doctor? Wait. Did you go see a doctor?
No, I just recited the compassion, repentance.
Okay. For the record, we don't recommend it. If you're sick, go see a doctor, please. Please. Okay, continue.
So, well, that's a done deal. After, resting 2 hours and then, finishing the, reciting the compassion, repentance mantra, and then taking for 2 hours rest, the whole redness went away.
Really? 2 hours only?
Yeah.
So doctors have no chance?
No, at all. Usually the redness for any minor little thing takes like 3 days to sometimes weeks.
But in the future, please, make the appointment at least. If it clears itself before you get to see a doctor, that's fine.
Okay. Well, my question today is my ninth day, and
You'd like to continue?
No, Master. I have to go back. But I have been vomiting today. And, you mentioned that is acid coming out of my body, that is impurities. And yeah, it's really bad. But the last time that I threw up, nothing came out. But it seems that I still have the impulse to throw up, and but nothing is coming out anymore.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Today I finished at 11:30. But my question is, first of all, you say impurities, so I get that because I had that. Where is the acid coming from? Was it there in my body all the time?
Oh yeah.
Is it just because I was not eating, or And now that nothing is coming out, what do I do?
This is Dharma talk, honey.
I'm sorry,
You don't
Master.
know what she's talking about. I went through that myself a long, long time ago. It was so bad, Martina, that you try to vomit, but nothing comes out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a horrible feeling. Anyone ever experienced that? It's a horrible, horrible thing. Okay? And let me tell you what's even in my case is that I was so tired. Okay? I could not even sit straight. So I sat down in the bathroom, lifted the seat, the toilet seat, and I hugged the toilet seat. And nothing comes out. It's a nasty, nasty thing. That's why I don't fast anymore. Once is enough in my life. My attitude is I want to experience everything once. And never again.
Me too.
Yeah, okay, so what's your question? Sorry.
So nothing is coming out, Master. What should I do?
Would you like to continue?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So it took you like 9 days before you started vomiting, right?
Yeah, this is the first time.
Yeah, 8
I
days.
have been fasting before.
That
but
lady
yeah.
back there, it took her how many days? 2 days? That lady here started vomiting like crazy. And she stopped. He said, no, this is... Okay? So you see, each person is different. Meaning that when you fast, you build your chi to a certain level and then expels the toxins in your stomach. It recognizes that your stomach has toxins, so it's trying to push it out. Isn't that cool? So you're doing a great service to your stomach lining and your stomach and so forth. It's fantastic. Congratulations. Okay, good luck to you. So what, is there a question?
I was expecting a remedy.
You're expecting what?
A remedy, like
A remedy? You want to ask what can you do in the future? Fast a bit longer, they will go away. Once the toxins are finished, then that's it. You stop vomiting. It's a good thing. Because those toxins there, if they stay in your stomach, they will cause problems for you down the road. And stomach
I get
issues
it.
are very, very serious. Okay? So, but
Thank
you
you,
blew
Master.
it. You stopped already. Okay, good luck to you. Very good. Good job. 9 days, huh? And that's hard, folks. It's not for the faint of heart. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Master, I have a question. So I encountered that vomiting, but during the mantra section, where I was sitting on at Lumaton Temple, but my problem was I was just afraid that I'm puking out on the carpet during those time. It was during Medicine Master Mantra, when I recite Medicine Master Mantra. So what should I do in that situation?
Keep reciting. That's a good thing. Okay, you can puke, not simply only via fasting. There are also other forms of practices as well. It itself is a simple expulsion of toxins from your stomach. Okay. JC.
Hello.
Hello, Xienan Sunim.
Master, I have a comment about puking.
Puking?
Puking.
Must be the night, yeah.
Throwing up. When I was fasting, I also threw up a lot. But it's kind of weird. The throwing up is really bad during the night.
Okay. Stop eating at night.
And like during the day, like when Master speak Dharma, I suddenly become so good and the condition was so well. So everybody thinks that my condition is so good, but at nighttime, it was very scary because I started throwing up and a few times I saw some blood in my puke. So at the end, I got a little bit scared, but Master said, continue until 23rd day. So until 22nd day, I was a little bit scared because I start seeing the blood at nighttime puking in the room of the temple that is not our temple. And then suddenly on the 22nd night, my chest pain went down and like suddenly something cleared up in the chest.
Which part of the chest?
Here.
Which part of the chest?
Inside of this part.
No, which part? Left, right, center, point it to me.
Like the whole...
The whole
it's
chest?
not only one
It's not the
left
whole
or
chest.
right.
There's no way you can have pain in the whole chest. That's not possible.
I think it's more center.
Center?
Yeah.
Sternum? Not heart?
Yeah, like more
Is
more
it
center.
here near, the end of the sternum right there? That's the point where you can
I
kill
can't
people?
remember. I just suffered a lot, but I can't remember which part. But it was more center area.
Center area, like the Kung Fu people. Okay. Hey, Kung Fu Shaolin people, have you been taught this? Yeah. Go, I'm gonna keep you. Okay.
So
which one? Is it right at the end of the sternum right there in that pressure point?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay, honey.
It was just too much suffering.
Okay. Okay, very good.
To comment that before the fasting, I know I have some stomach problem, some reflux problem. So when I meditate, it was never comfortable. So I knew I had to do something. And during the fasting, it took too long for the chest pain to go down. So I know I need to resolve this problem in order for me to continue to meditate in the future. So I was getting a little scared because it's taking too long. But luckily on 22nd night, the chest went down and I was able to breathe much better and it felt a lot more comfortable during sitting.
Did it go away completely?
I think more like 80%.
80%. So you have to do it again to get the 20%.
Oh no! Oh my God!
You stopped too soon. Oh my God, that's terrible. You see, there's a certain point you don't want to stop anymore. It's because only a few more days and would be 100%.
No.
Okay, you have to do it again.
Oh wow.
But next time it should be a lot faster than 22 days. All right, very good. Thank you for sharing with us. A lot of cool things are happening to all of you. Let me try to finish a slide here and then we stop tonight, okay? Last bullet here, 10,000 dharmas are produced from it. This is your mind. Your mind, okay? When your mind has some attachment, has some desires, okay, that's how these things come about. The 10,000 things come about. The world is created from your wishes, okay? And so that's why when you have wisdom, you become enlightened, and Master YongHua taught this to few of his people, and I don't think they got it. He says, me, Master YongHua says, for me, I see the Dharma in the 10,000 things. That's him. So this is confirmation of, this is the flip side of the other angle, the other side of the equation. If your Buddha nature and your conscious mind created 10,000 things, when you have wisdom, you see 10,000 things, speak that Dharma. It's so cool. Okay? All right, thank you. Everyone will stop here. Thank you all for coming.